Hey, wonderful human beings! My name is Anne-Claire, and I will be presenting Sophie Le Donner's podcast, Learning in the Flow of Life. A light and deep, dynamic, and transformative show for people who want to sustainably grow into new possibilities and make a positive impact in the world. Today, we'll be talking about the first of Sophie's 5 C's, consciousness. The first C aims to encourage everyone to cultivate a deeper understanding of their own thoughts, emotions, and behavior when learning in the flow of life. Sophie, up to you now. Tell us more about the first C for consciousness.
Thank you, Anne-Claire. Well, this first C emphasizes the importance of being mindful and recognizing our own inner state, leading to more thoughtful and intentional actions. In fact, the idea is to discover your data, because we're actually having data, and that data moves us towards what we value most. So this concept can serve as a common language for developing sustainable habits and making conscious environmental decisions, as the IDG in Development Goals calls it in their framework, being. Although much of our behavior is actually habitual and unconscious, since actually 99% of our brain's activity occurs without us knowing. Oh, can you believe that? Christophe André says that, yeah?
And he's not the only one.
And he's not the only one, absolutely. And this interplay between conscious and unconscious are actually processes that enable us to operate efficiently in the world. And these patterns of behavior are all rooted in the conviction that such behaviors serve our best interests. We do what we do, we think what we think, and feel what we feel for a reason.
For sure.
We act in certain ways because we hold the belief that these actions are the best way to maintain the self that we perceive ourselves to be. But what if to be were an action verb, signifying movement in infinite directions? What about to be not being fixed, like not a fixed state, but something like a journey, a human journey characterized by wonder, like a daring journey that would embrace uncertainty and willing to take risks. It would be kind like, creating some conscious rituals of becoming, sensing what we think and thinking what we are sensing, says Daniel Favre.
Very interesting.
So I sometimes feel that becoming is a lot like taking a leap of faith off a cliff, very similar to the experience of paragliding through unknown skies. You know, this feeling of letting go and being in the moment is what can help us grow, but wow.
Okay, let's make an experience. Before moving forward, you can pause and download an image on Sophie's website. You'll find the link on the podcast description.
And if you can't download the image, it's all right, because you're maybe in the car, on the train, at home, and you don't want to be in front of your computer. Well, let's imagine a ladder with 6 steps that will allow you to feel the different experiences that you can have when learning in the flow of life and become conscious about it. So imagine at the very top of the ladder, it's like being a paragliding instructor that has jumped several times and is able to teach others and go into action by authorizing everyone to explore, imagine, reflect, and integrate new things, even if mistakes arise. The instructor also allows the environment to lift everybody up for more sustainability. And at the bottom of the ladder, all the way down, you will meet the saboteur, the one that completely destroyed the learning experience. More than being out of the game, this person even prevents others to learn.
Okay, but what are the steps in between those?
Good question. Well, if the saboteur, right, all the way down, destroys the learning experience, imagine one level up, a pedestrian, a person who has completely abdicated the learning experience. He says, well, I'm out. I'm going to do something else. And when you're like a pedestrian, you're looking at others having a great time paragliding, and you're like, I can't do that. This is dumb. And you walk off. So now imagine the next step up from that, right? If someone who's a bit like a passenger, they're not in control, they're not taking charge, but at least they want to come along for the ride. They're not putting energy into it, but they're also not stopping anyone else. It is, in fact, the minimum you can do. Be a passenger, and you get strapped in with someone else doing all the work, but at least you come along for the ride. And then you would find one level up the technician, the specialist who takes some responsibilities for what's going on. And they are the ones setting up the paraglide, and they start to understand how things fit together. And then, when you are the pilot of the paraglide, you have the courage to jump off the cliff because you know the environment is right. The situation is right. You're well prepared and you have everything you need. So you jump off the cliff and find the thermal. I think it is useful to think about where we are on the ladder, either abdicating or committing to the opportunity, but becoming conscious, aware of it, is what will bring this sense of letting go.
Well, Sophie, a question comes to my mind. Do people stay at the same level forever?
Oh, no, 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 no. And I actually thank you for that question, because I actually don't want anyone to make the mistake of thinking that this is where they live at one of this level, because it is an experience that we move through. Every human being experiences every single level at various moments of their lives or even of their day. And I don't want someone who has had a destructive experience in the past to think that they are a destructive person and that this is where they live.
Oof, good to know.
Absolutely. And in a particular environment, in a particular situation, you might have been destructive. But this is not who you are. It is just an experience that you had. And my goal is to help you have experiences that can make you climb higher and higher on this ladder, because it will be better for you and for all the people around you.
If I understand you correctly, by doing this, consciousness will be reinforced.
Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. And if you feel like becoming this learning leader, you are willing to allow your environment to lift you up. That's what is important. Because it's exactly the same way you will use the thermals to climb when paragliding, feeling that people are actually lifting you up. And by embracing the potential of your surroundings to lift you up and utilizing the thermals in your life to ascend, you embody this essence of a true learning leader. And it doesn't only open up new horizons for individual growth, but also sets a transformative example for others to follow. In this journey of ascent, remember that the heights you reach can inspire and uplift those around you, creating a cycle of positive change, of ripple effect, and endless possibilities.
Wow, I feel like we can all paraglide with you.
I'm delighted to hear you say that. And dear listeners, I'd like to invite you to ask yourself these questions to wrap up the podcast. Is it okay, Anne-Claire, if we do that?
Of course it is.
Okay. What if you could identify experiences with your own life when you could make the jump and finally made it? How did you feel about it? What have you learned from this experience? What impacts did it have? What actions do you think you can take today after reviewing this experience? Because remember, this is all data for you in the flow of life. After all these questions, how do you feel? I don't want to ask questions just for the sake of asking them. I want you to know, and I want to know if the key to awareness has been unlocked for you. What thoughts and feelings, what obstacles are coming to mind? Let's share this together. Come talk to me about it through my website. I hope you found my exploration of new possibilities, both light and deep. If you're keen to see these ideas come to life around you, and if you'd like to create a ripple effect in the world, please do share this with others.
Yes, do share this with others. You can post about it on social media, or feel free to contact Sophie through her website to co-create possibilities in your surrounding at work, at school, at home. If you feel like knowing more about Sophie's work, you can also check out her Agility of Mind book. We are so grateful for your attention. Thank you, and see you soon for a new episode.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.